Even Red Band is better than this. This is ridiculous.
Can we get the video off?
I've never seen the video.
Snake life.
It's like a lyric video.
800 calories of Molly. Just be very still. I ain't gonna hurt anybody. Hell no, I ain't 12, but if I like it, I copy. I make copy, yeah, he say he good at uploading wallets. Kept me rhyme with the signs, them my youngest. Kept me bullying with the signs, and them my youngest. I be slamming with the signs, and them my youngest.
What?
Kept me sliding with the signs, and them my youngest.
If we had a DJ in the house, we could have like
Cut it?
faded in that.
I don't know what
Oh, too bad we're not
Is that what you
DJs.
play at your funeral?
What?
Is that what you play at your funeral?
Yeah, if I ever do.
We asked Ben to choose a song, and this is what he came up with. Young Thug.
All right,
I'm not-
so
I'm
let's
not
kick it
proud-
off with
I'm
the
not proud of
classic.
my
Let's
choice.
kick it off with the classic guest question. If you had to say you're an expert
Right, where's the
in one
introduction
thing,
at?
dude, we don't need an introduction.
I think
Shut
the
the fuck
viewers-
up.
you-
All right,
Yeah, okay.
introduce yourself then.
This is Ben.
we didn't even introduce you. So
Yeah, this is Ben. Well, welcome to the podcast, Ben. Luke's older brother.
It's a good pleasure to be
Not
here.
in the picture yet.
Almost couldn't make it today.
We had some trouble getting him here.
Yeah.
Ben being a lazy fuck at home, not wanting to come to my
Yeah,
house,
not wearing pants.
not wearing pants at home. But now we're here.
Yeah,
Now we're
it
here
was
with
tough,
Ben.
but I made it, and we're gonna have a good time. I'm looking forward to it.
So let's kick it off with the first guest question. Trevor couldn't answer this last time we had Trevor on. What did he say? He said some.
He said something ridiculous. How he's an expert at general knowledge.
Yeah,
Or something
that's
like
what he
that.
said. This is the guest question. If you had to say you're an expert in anything as of right now, what would it be?
Right now,
Right
now,
you
yeah.
really want to know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I give you I can't give you one definite.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, it has to be one thing. An expert in anything.
Star Wars or Mass Effect, like.
Are you serious?
Dude, it's
Compared to other
ridiculous.
people.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, like an expert to his own knowledge. Like he knows
No,
the
no,
most
I-
about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
wait, what do
yeah,
you
yeah,
mean?
that's the
Compared
I
to
mean, like, compared to the general population.
Oh, maybe.
You would know more. You'd know more than the average Joe about Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, like.
Dude, there's a guy we all know here. I'm not going to say his name. Not that anyone fucking listens to this. But I'm not going to say his name.
Not yet.
But
Not
Yeah,
yet.
we have
Get
3
this.
subscribers. Pete. We have 3 subscribers. All right.
Dude, he's making a documentary about Star Wars. And
I saw that. Yeah.
Did you see that? He was on ABC.
He was on ABC.
Yeah, they like premiered it or something. It was
It's
like the
wonderful.
trailer for
It's
it.
actually.
I'm
when
gonna
we-
try and
we-
find
When
it.
we saw him at Domino's, it sounded like a really good idea. I mean,
It does, I hope he does good.
Yeah, I can't believe he went ahead with it. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Like,
Dude,
it's a
Respect
crazy
him,
thing to
but
do.
respect him.
How
for
could
that.
I
Yeah.
find this?
Facebook.
Facebook it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
That's
don't
crazy.
even-
ABC.
I wonder what the laws around copyright. I like for that.
As long as he's not making profit of it, it's probably
Yeah.
okay.
There's no.
so. There's no profit in ABC.
Dude,
There's also no. There's no fair use copyright defense in Australia. And as soon as
What?
this law that the government just passed like a few weeks ago, it's going to block all torrents and torrent sites
is
and
it,
streaming
so
sites.
when does it come in?
We have no fair use defense, so if it wanted to be done, look, I want to just start this by saying I really know nothing.
Dude, that's pretty much
in
our
the description.
That's
But
pretty
if-
much
if-
our theme round of these.
If
podcasts.
Universal wanted to take you to court and sue you for using their movie soundtrack in a YouTube video you put up, as an Australian citizen, you don't have a fair right defense. Anyone in the comments, anyone who's listening on Ustream or listening right now, feel free to
We're
call
not
me
used
out.
to.
Anyone,
Feel free to call him. Anyone,
So wait, what
anyone
would,
who
what
wants to
would a
call me
fair
out on
right
my
even do?
non-existent
just
Twitter account.
just please comment on the video, please. Just
Someone
anything.
listen. Anyone. If you're out there, please, for the love of God. Alright, I'm going to try and find this.
But seriously, any comments on this video, we'll read them out in the episode. That's what
Yeah.
we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Read
We'll
anything
send you a
out.
t-shirt.
We'll shout you out on our Facebooks.
Dude, this guy is
I have
such
300
a character.
friends.
You got a Wi-Fi password, dude?
I do.
Oh, fucking
I do.
sick.
I'll Facebook it to you so people
Alright.
don't hack my internet.
Just
all of our
say it. Are
listeners,
you
man.
serious?
All of our listeners,
You're
man.
actually not going to say it.
No.
Dude, even if someone did hear it, how do you think they would get your Wi-Fi?
I don't know much about the internet, man, but it's a pretty dangerous place out there.
You're ridiculous.
You know?
I can't find it, dude. I'm going to add him.
Anyway, I sent it in our group chat. Oh, you don't have internet. Fuck, it's on your phone. I sent him the internet password via the internet.
That is, dude. That's so Red Bear. That is so Red Bear. All right, update. I still can't fucking find this.
That's okay.
All right, is that second F meant to be lowercase?
What?
No, it's full caps. Oh, why would you
Some
say
tech
that, Ben? Now hackers know that the second F.
They've got 1 of 10 digits. It's only a matter of time.
How can I find this?
I don't think you will be able to.
Are you
I
serious?
don't think you'll be able to.
What ABC show was it on?
It's probably just on. I don't know.
Oh, no, his mum posted it.
Oh, okay.
Because I saw it on Facebook. Where did we see it?
I didn't see it.
I feel like this should have been organised before the podcast.
Yeah,
Dude,
we should have got the
pretty
logo.
good. There's a direct quote from the last
go
podcast where I'm just like 3/4 of this podcast is us looking up things to talk about. 'Cause that's pretty much it. All you can hear is like fucking typing. All right,
Hey, Ben. So, do you reckon you're up to the task of the phone radio?
No,
You
I
don't
don't
wanna
want to
do
put
it.
myself through that today.
dude.
Really should.
Why are you slipping?
On an unrelated note, I've got $80 coming in about 10 minutes when
Dude,
the,
if you
Pittsburgh
win that-
Pirates,
if you win
when
that,
the
you-
Pittsburgh Pirates
That's-
seal the deal against the Kansas City Royals, it's currently 10-7.
Would you like to know me your current knowledge on those two teams?
The Kansas City Royals,
Who did you bet on?
the Pittsburgh Pirates.
All right, so what do you think? How are they going to be? Offensive, defensive?
Yeah, look,
We're gonna get a lot of touchdowns.
A.
We're
Burnett,
gonna
the,
score a lot of goals.
the current lead pitcher for the Pirates, he's just coming off 3 games rest. The regular Pittsburgh rotation.
Man, it was
He's in
time
good
you
form at
told
the
us.
moment, and the batting order, I think that's what they call it in
Wait, is it
baseball,
baseball?
for the Royals is weak, as the score would say.
So what is the score?
10-7.
Dude, you totally
Eighth
just
innings.
made that up.
8th innings.
You just fucking made that up. Dude, these Onion articles, I'm trying to find one that's half believable.
All right,
They're
this
ridiculous.
is guys. We need to be talking about some relevant stuff.
I don't have
On
any
that betting, yeah, I was gonna drop
We're
some shit
lacking
about that
synergy
betting
and
thing.
forward thinking.
betting.
No, we are
On
guys.
that betting thing, but how many fucking ads are there now? It's just
For betting.
it's just gonna become.
Dude,
Well, Sportsbet's yearly profits last year in Australia were like 45 million.
oh my
That's
fucking
after-
god.
It's
Okay.
that's crazy.
They
Yeah.
have like minimal advertising on their site, I think. I forget that there's advertising on the internet with AdBlock. It's crazy.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
seriously crazy.
If you're not using AdBlock,
on the
I'm not
occasions
friend.
that I've had it off, it's just like, oh, that's here.
Dude.
And then I was like, how does anyone do
You know
this?
how you can
Like,
see the total amount of ads you've blocked since you've had ad block? Mine's 23,000. How much money have I stopped them making? I'm almost a bad person.
No, dude.
Why?
You
They're
know
just
that.
trying
Dude,
to make
look,
it.
I think you have the right to see exactly what you want to see.
They turned it off on incognito mode.
They turn off AdBlock.
Yeah.
You can.
I was
Maybe
watching
that presents like a flaw in
Yeah,
your
maybe.
ability
block,
of like
the blocking of
your
ads.
activity to be tracked.
How? How would that even work? Classic
Oh,
Ben
dude.
always coming back to track it.
Dude, I'm just saying.
Saying what? What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, like, that's probably like the most logical conclusion.
What?
They
That
won't
in-
make
in-
it as incognito.
Yeah, exactly.
That what?
To be blocking ads while running incognito mode probably
Ah,
compromises.
but all it does is
Your
not
privacy
save history. That's
My
all it
ads are
does.
blocked in incognito. I think it's just a setting. I'm pretty
I
sure.
don't even believe it's like private browsing. I don't believe
It's not,
this.
dude. It saves cookies.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's sickening.
It saves cookies.
Oh, God.
Do you remember?
That's sick.
Oh,
We
God.
were in music
Oh, God.
class in grade 9, Joshy D. We had him then. He was
I
like,
wasn't
Josh,
there.
go into your cookies. And he's like, wait, what's cookies? And as he opens it up, he must have seen porn or something that he's looked up, and he shuts his laptop. Oh, God. That is one guy I'd love to get on here, eh?
Yeah.
Josh Idion, yeah.
I just wanted to tell a story.
I'll be
about
pretty
a
keen to
child.
see his phone radio attempt.
I don't know.
It'd definitely be a lot better than my phone radio, that's for sure. The worst phone radio of all time and the first.
Your phone radio was so fucking
If
bad.
you haven't checked out
Can
my
you
phone
redo
radio,
it this week?
I don't want to put myself through that again.
Come on, just do it. We'll call Nose again.
Okay, maybe a bit later in the podcast.
Oh, what? Come on.
yeah. I want to get back to this betting thing, but
Yeah.
because
It's
one of my-
taking off. I seriously
it's
reckon-
legit gonna be the biggest problem. You know how smoking was the problem before, like in the 80s, whatever, and alcohol and all that shit. But betting is gonna be the big problem of our generation, I think.
Well,
Yeah,
what was that
but
stat?
look, honestly, it's bad, but if you know what you're doing,
But the way
You
that-
can carry that right across to smoking.
yeah,
That seriously fits to smoking perfectly.
But if you
It's
know
bad,
what
but
you're
if you know what you're doing.
Well, like you just got to look at stats. Like the Greeks smoke more than anyone, have lower cancer rates than like countries that smoke way less.
doing. I need to get a stat on that.
It's no, I'll pull up a stat.
Let's get up a stat.
Yeah,
Dude, why would you
Just-
want statistics?
But the
That
thing
is
about
not
betting,
thing.
though, the thing about betting is they make it seem like you can always win in the ads, like $100 bet, you get your money back, whatever.
But what else?
The thing
I
is,
was
if
watching
you
the
could-
footy show. I was
Yeah.
watching the footy show on Thursday, and you know how there's the head of sports bet or whoever is always chiming in with like some promo.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, we've got some good odds coming up tomorrow night's looking to give lots of money out to the punchers on sports bet."
Oh,
and I was
fuck.
like, "Yeah,
Oh,
okay,
fine.
that's what you want to do."
Honestly, if you won every time, why would there still be a business around it?
yeah, there's not.
Dude, I
There's
know
not.
people that are addicted to gambling.
I know, yeah.
I know. Yeah, I think I do too.
It's
Well, actually,
People,
one
people
guy.
are 18. People are like real young.
Yeah, dude, a guy we both know
Yeah.
pretty well.
But the thing is, like, if you know what you're doing, it's a legitimate way to
Yeah,
make money.
there is a legitimate way to make
Is
money.
it?
But,
It is.
But then again, see, when you bet a lot of money, right? You lose a lot of the times. But then one time you win big and you think you're in the green, but in the end you're actually still down.
Well,
You got to take into account all the times you've lost as well as the time that you've just won. That's
I'm
what my
currently
numbers.
up by over $1,000
Nice.
since the start of Wimbledon. They're not my tips. I don't know shit about tennis, but but yeah.
I guess the
And the guy who
internet
gave them
has
to me made
changed
$80,000 on the French Open.
Fuck.
Yeah,
That'd be the way
like,
they
imagine
$80,000.
betting without the internet.
He used to be on the ATP tour, the Associated Tennis, but that's like the men's.
That's crazy.
High.
What was the
That's
stat?
crazy.
But the stat from that, it was this university professor was like, she's seen twice as many males under 20 get help with gambling in the last year or so.
Yeah.
It
It's-
doesn't.
It's the biggest problem at the moment.
A year ago, I didn't know, like, I used to have, like, a bet on Origin every year, like, one game a year, and I didn't really know anyone who betted.
And it's blown
but
up.
now there's
eh?
groups all over Facebook.
Yeah, there's
Everyone.
group chats, whatever.
Yeah, everyone seems to be doing it. It's massive.
It is going to be the
Why?
biggest issue of our generation, that's for sure. In
But
terms
what's the
of
solution?
abuse, like alcohol or drug abuse.
You reckon?
Yeah, it's you know how they used to advertise for smoking.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. They're advertising for
Are they?
gambling. They are, of course, they're advertising for gambling.
Oh, I
I'm
thought
just
you meant
saying-
advertising for gambling help.
Oh no. I mean like back in the day when they're advertising pro smoking.
I just don't understand how people get so addicted to it.
Yeah, neither do I.
Are you kidding?
It's easy. Oh, it's just they
Dude.
got so many game mechanics in gambling. Yeah.
3 Thursday nights ago, went to sleep with a bit of money on, woke up with $600 in my account.
That's how you
I
get
went from
addicted to
zero
it.
at bedtime because there was money riding. Woke up with like 592, and then withdrew and it was in my account the next day. That's how you get addicted.
That's how you get addicted.
Are you
win.
addicted?
You win a couple times.
Lacey
wow.
is addicted. That dude is addicted.
I
Lacey,
sort
if
of
you're
haven't.
listening, please
I haven't
comment
really
on the video.
questioned-
Please and subscribe.
I sort of
Oh
haven't.
god.
I haven't really given it much thought because I have been winning.
What, that you're addicted?
Yeah.
So how often do you bet? How much money do you
Well,
spend?
no.
every week?
I think you'll find. Hang on. I'm going to look something up here. The clinical definition of addiction is when it begins bringing negative effects into your life.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good definition.
Yeah.
I'll get down with that.
Oh, but I mean, you can be addicted to
like it becomes addictive when
when negative things.
partaking in the activity,
Is
you continue
only-
to do it
but- yeah,
despite
but-
the negative.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So you're not addicted.
well, it's characterized by inability to consistently abstain, impairment in behavioral control, craving, diminished recognition of significant problems with one's behaviors, and so it's a lack of recognition too, with one's behaviors and interpersonal relationships, and a dysfunctional emotional response.
I won't. Okay, I'm gonna. No, I won't say his name. He'd
No,
probably
don't
get
say it,
mad.
don't say it.
But this dude, I was at a party once and he was blind and he was telling me he's just 18, right? And he was like, "Yeah, I was at the casino the other day.
Oh yeah.
I went a bit wild. I told everyone I only wasted like $400, but it was closer to $1,000. Dude, one
Oh,
night at the casino,
Jesus Christ.
$1,000 fucking dollars. This dude
Of his
just
own
blew-
money?
Yeah,
Of
his own money.
money.
Jesus
He's like, yeah, you just throw
Christ.
one down. I just couldn't stop. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. That's honestly fucked.
What is...
Yeah, that's addiction.
People must be predisposed to it.
Is this on pokies or?
This is at the
I
casino.
think it was
so
blackjack,
it was
$15
on-
minimum
yeah.
bet. I think
Yeah,
was
that's
the
what
guy.
it was. He was throwing 50s, dude.
Was he doing fucking hell?
He was just throwing...
Probably knows nothing about blackjack.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, no,
Nothing.
definitely not.
Probably knows the standard rules, you know, like you get to 16, you have to...
And another dude with very high testosterone.
Risk and reward, guys.
Exactly.
Does he have a wide face?
Yes.
Watched a TED Talk the other day on characteristics of the skin and face. Wide-faced males are perceived by people to be more untrustworthy. And
Characteristics of what?
it's go TEDx leadership or something.
Styles.
I'll show you.
I
No,
know these
TEDx
bullshit TED
facial
Talks.
characteristics. Oh, I thought for a while that TEDx was the actual TED, but
Nah.
it's self-organized. So I was like, no wonder there's so much bullshit. I thought TED was slipping.
No.
But basically, okay, I'm gonna have to get this up, guys.
Okay, yeah, well,
I showed it.
Dude,
Anyway,
that body
males
language
with-
TED Talk.
males with a wide face are perceived as more untrustworthy by those around them, and in double-blinded studies, will exploit other people given the opportunity more regularly than males with more slim faces.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Fucking...
And
what
the
the...
vi-
No, he has a narrow face. What the...
It's not. No, it's pretty narrow. It's about in the middle. But like the biological reasoning behind that,
Who would be?
wide faces are like well-developed bone structure.
Hit us up with a guy with a wide face.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Nah, I'm down with that.
Brock Lesnar. Here we go.
I cleared my history thinking you would make my safari faster.
Dude, look at this motherfucker.
There's a wide face.
Holy fuck.
Who's trusting him?
No one, dude.
And see, a wide face is more
Who's trusting that
like
motherfucker?
the well-developed bone structure of the face is like indicative of a well-developed muscular body. So that's a theory behind why they're more willing to exploit, because back in our ancestral origins, they were able to get away with it due to their physical strength. And people are more inclined to trust a narrow-faced person because they're naturally more skinny and like points towards a more slender. bone
People
structure.
hate that, man. People hate the fact that like physical characteristics actually reflect who you are.
People can't.
Seriously.
To a degree. It
No, it's like stereotypes. Like people
Yeah.
can't hack that stereotypes exist for a reason. It's fucked up, and it
but
sounds super fucked
it's
up.
ridiculous, eh? And of course there are exceptions, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there always is. But you can't tell me that at least 3/4 of all stereotypes are at least half true.
What? At least
Dude.
3/4 of all stereotypes are at least half true.
all these statistics.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
20% of people
It's
half.
I've got it,
nothing about.
guys.
I'm just jumping out of nowhere.
Dude, that was the biggest on the fly. Just like,
What the fuck?
Oh, that's funny.
yeah, it's called In Your Face, David Parrott at TEDx scans.
As if you didn't remember that. That is so catchy.
This guy's wacky, by the way. Am I playing it?
No, send us the
Okay.
link.
Dude, just search it
Is
up.
this on
TEDx
screen
in your
cap?
face.
Yeah, this is on screen cap.
Oh, no way, nice. TEDx In Your Face, David Parrott.
In your face.
There you go, that'll get you.
There you go.
There you
I'll
go,
get
it's
up
the
on
top one
screen.
there.
Here we go.
Oh, no.
And I will get us to the guts of it. So basically,
Is that the one you were telling me about, the rejection one?
which one?
The pity one?
Oh, no, I didn't see that one. Also,
Skip to the-
they do an interesting one on skin color. Oh, they do an interesting one on skin color and attractiveness, and how your diet and risk of cancer affects this color of your skin.
Okay, we've all got
Look at
photographs.
this guy.
Yeah, he's
You
wacky.
can imagine your own
He's
face.
wearing
Think of
gold
your favourite
joggers.
photograph of
Look
yourself.
at those pants and
Okay, now,
this shirt.
how will others see that photograph?
This is a carefully calculated.
outfit.
Outfit,
Quite
yeah.
possibly.
How will
Oh,
they
yeah.
see
He
your
was
face?
planning this for months.
Because they will make judgments about your health. They'll make judgments about whether you can be trusted. And that's the talk I want to give today.
If you'd like to skip to 10:30, that gets straight into the
I
trustworthy.
want to start by acknowledging the influence of Charles Darwin. I grew up in the same town that
Charles Darwin was a weird kid.
He was
What?
weird.
Well, when we ask people to play economic games, to trust others, they seem to avoid the wide-faced men. They don't trust them as much.
I don't.
Now that's an impression. You might say.
I seriously don't.
Yeah, I
Like
get
if
that
you have
feeling.
to trust someone.
And there's lots of things that influence trust, but the wide face does seem to have an index. Now, when we work with guys, we give them an opportunity to cooperate. We also give them an opportunity to exploit others. What do? Well, statistically, the wide-faced men tend to exploit others.
Motherfuckers.
The one who trusted him. Fuck.
Those wide-faced motherfuckers.
They look meaner.
They do.
They do.
They do look...
What's different to the two on the right?
I think that's that's feminine versus masculine. Left is a more feminine face, right is more masculine. And that's a slim version of a feminine face. I think like eye colour, the lips,
eye colour's changed.
eyebrows,
A little bit, yeah.
Complexion's changed.
the nose. See, like the nose is more dainty on the left faces. On the wide,
It's more squishy. I want to like you can just touch that thing. It's squishy.
And like the forehead and hairline
Lips
too.
are
If you look
different.
at like
Yeah, feminine lips. Yeah, it's more pronounced.
Eyebrows are way less thick.
yeah, and they'll be straighter and harder on a.
Damn right.
And if you want to go back to 430, he talks about attractiveness and how it relates to your skin color and the evolutionary underpinnings of why.
Let's have a listen.
And then we measure the skin color. This is working with a population of Europeans.
All right, let's look at this graph. Yeah.
Fruit,
Skin
vegetable,
yellowness.
skin colour.
And the fruit and
So there's a
so
legit.
carotenoids are forms of vitamin A.
There's
Through
actual
vitamin
data.
A that act as antioxidants
Who
in the
the f-
body, protect against cancer and other sorts of damage.
Yeah.
Also protect against skin damage by the sun. And the more you eat, the more they fill your skin and are stored, so it's represented in the yellowness of your
Look
skin.
at that poor dot. He's quite healthy.
Look at this mother.
But not very yellow. Poor
this-
guy.
If this is a skin color spectrum, why the fuck do they like get a Smurf in here? Look how blue he is.
Yeah, well, he's got blue.
What was the sample here?
Whoa.
Smurfs and Simpsons characters.
That's super yellow. Yeah, that's
And every cartoon character between, they got like Snoopy and shit. They got like Family Guy characters in there.
And there's a very strong relationship between the yellowness of the skin and
Yeah,
how much fruit and veg they're eating. So skin color depends not on how much you're eating, but what you're eating. If you're eating lots of fruit and veg, the skin color...
Why would skin color depend on how much you eat in the first place? Like, why does it need to clarify that?
Total amount of vitamin A.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Vitamin A.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's vitamin A.
To-
Carotenoids are forms of vitamin A. Pre-vitamin A.
So they trigger the release of vitamin A. Or the
No, they're converted in the gut, but I believe they're antioxidants themselves, and it's stored in the skin. And your body converts as much as it needs to vitamin A in the intestine. So
it's not just... Because I heard when you have the carotenoids that it only has an effect when you saturate with them. So you have a ridiculous amount, and then your body's like, holy fuck.
Well,
it's like a picture of the dude holding all that fruit, and he's like, and he's like dropping it. That's how your body's like
that
with
was a dank
carotenoids.
meme.
Yeah. He's like, what am I going to do with all these carotenoids? And he just lets it into the skin and it turns orange. That's how I thought it was.
Carotenoids are pre-vitamin A, and your body converts as much as it needs. And if you overconsume, it's stored in the skin. I believe that's what's going on.
So how can not over-consuming affect your skin if it only
Because
over-consuming...
There's no overconsumption, so all of it's turned into vitamin A, which isn't represented in the skin.
So, but when it's not stored in the skin and it's not represented in the skin, how does it affect skin color?
It takes the carotenoids. We have a base white to brown, which can be influenced by the sun. Then we have like a white to yellow tone to our skin. So there's like two spectrums. You can get a suntan but still be lacking the yellowness, or you can have the yellowness without a suntan. And they'll show it later in the video. But basically, if you won't have anything on the scale of yellow if you're under consuming these carotenoids, because all of it's being converted to vitamin A in the intestines, and none of it's like spilling out as a surplus into the skin.
So you have to eat more fruit to get more yellow skin, essentially is what they're saying.
Fruit, basically.
So overconsumption is a very little
If you're
amount.
consuming
it's
more
not actually
vitamin A than you need.
overconsumption.
Well, you're eating more than your body needs to turn into vitamin A.
So really, we're eating the perfect amount of vegetables.
No, because the beta carotenoids protect against cancer and other things
So the more
when
the
they're in
better.
surplus. So the more the better.
Can you supplement
And
carotenoids?
you can, but as with all supplements, the evidence is sketchy at best. But anyway, keep playing.
Alright, I'll go back to this video.
Reference. The World Health Organization recommends that we consume a minimum of 5 portions a day of fruit and veg. And I stress minimum because other organizations like the Cancer Research Fund suggest we eat 7.5 portions a day.
Dude, I'm rocking
And
like
if you're very active
0.5.
in spend 3,000
At the
calories a day,
most.
which is quite normal for a lot of young people and athletes, then the US dietary guidelines for 2005 suggest that you should eat a whopping 13 portions of fruit and veg. So
13.
these figures
It's
should
a lot.
impress on you that agencies are suggesting
Now,
we eat a lot
there
of
should be
veg. Why
Where
would
do they
bother
show
to
the
do that?
faces?
How much is a portion?
Well, there are health implications. And
Does that have a real like?
Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
If
it
we
would
want to
be.
skip ahead to, here we go. Skip to 8:20. Like we've covered most of the basics. This will show you the faces. Or maybe go 8:15. This will show you.
Get an exact
and a
donate
good diet. And these
I shouldn't have spoiled
phenomena
it, but you'll see.
appear independent of ethnicity. So Asian.
Oh, basically, if you want to
African
pause it
faces
as well, he goes over
shown
in that
to
gap there. Strong colours are like indicative of good health in the animal kingdom. And healthy animals lose their colour. Like if you've ever seen a chook get sick, the redness in the crest turns very pale.
Yeah.
Or skin colour of animals and stuff turns pale. And it signals to other mates that they are fit to reproduce. Because they're not, Hey,
Yeah,
Asians
keep
and
going.
Africans also appear to be more healthy when you show them the simulated increased fruit and veg coloration in the skin. And there's an important point then that this has got biological roots. It seems to come, you can see it throughout the animal kingdom where animals display health through their coloration. I want to
Sure.
change now to a different topic.
It's fucking crazy.
That
yeah.
is crazy.
it's interesting.
So the more fruit you eat, the more dark you get, the more attractive you are.
The more yellow you get. Hang on, if there's a part in the
ridiculous
video
that
where they
nutrition
just go
isn't an
from like,
actual
oh,
subject.
okay, guys, go to 6:20 and they show you like right from the spectrum.
We may as well have watched this whole thing.
Right from the we're cutting around. Right from the spectrum of the
Do eat
palest.
at recommended minimum levels.
Oh, yeah.
So what we do is we measure the skin color, and we've found that if we change the skin color in accordance, I'm afraid I can't go back. We allow people to adjust the skin color of faces, deciding when they look most healthy. And what we find is people, every person that we've tested, cranks up the level. And
That's
so
amazing.
fucking
Mate. That's without a
crazy.
suntan. That's just not. That's the yellow portion.
That is ridiculous.
So can we
It just
abstract this and say that the more fruit you eat, the more attractive you are?
Well, I think he says now 100% of
Look
people
better.
rate that as
The
more
fruit and
attractive
veg
than the other end.
effects on skin color are raised.
In blinded studies, like they don't know why.
So
Look
the
at
simple message is
Dude,
They look like a
what
zombie.
the
They look like
fuck?
like
healthy.
a
and
white
look
or
more
like
I'm
a
the
white
before
walker.
photo.
What
Yeah,
are
they
what
do.
are the zombies called?
Yeah,
What are
White
the White
Walkers.
Walkers raised?
Yeah.
No, not the White Walkers. The whites, the zombie things. They call
They're
them
White
something different.
Walkers.
Oh, of
No,
course
no.
they're white.
The White Walkers are
Racist.
Racist.
no, it's like WIGHT. The ones that the White Walkers raised, whatever. But that's what they look.
Dude, I don't know what you're talking about. They're White Walkers.
Wait, are you saying that he
White
looks like...
Walkers
White Walkers are the
raised
big
White
guys.
Walkers.
No, they don't. They don't.
I'm looking this up. White Walkers.
Dude, season
White
5
Walkers are
made
the
me
man
so
mores
angry.
that. Yeah, it's
Yeah, see.
WIGHT.
Wait, do you reckon this guy looks like
Look at that
this guy a little bit?
Oh my god! He's a White Walker.
How about the White Walker in episode 1, season 1? I had no idea. It's the very first scene.
This is him, isn't it?
What?
Or
I
is
think
it-
it's
one of
this
these
is the
guys.
guy.
It's
in
the
episode
first
one.
scene.
Yeah.
Can you get that?
Oh,
up?
It has the
Brothers.
Nice Watch Brothers. Yeah.
It's the
a few
very
of the
first scene in the
brothers.
very first book as well. This guy gets attacked by a
Dude,
White
can you
Walker.
get that up?
And he
That's
comes
it.
back and tells the Night's Watch about it, and Ned Stark ends up executing him for lies, basically.
What
Yeah.
a dog!
No. He executed him because he ran away from the wall, not because of lies.
Oh, okay.
He abandoned the wall.
Yeah, that's fair.
Did you see what I linked you?
What?
about Game of Thrones? So there's this theory. We've all heard this theory before, but it goes more in depth.
Wait, is this spoilers? Is this Game of Thrones spoilers?
Yes.
For all of our 3 subscribers out there, me, Luke, and my sister.
Which sister?
My oldest one.
All right. For Dan's oldest sister.
She doesn't watch Game of Thrones. It's a bit too intense for her.
Phew. Thank God. All right. So there's this theory.
Season 5 spoilers?
No, Game of Thrones spoilers.
Whole Game of Thrones spoilers.
Okay, so what they think is that Ned's... Oh, there's a whole story. I'm going to find it.
Warning, spoilers.
Sorry.
Game of Thrones spoilers.
Worst kind of spoiler.
Yeah,
Oh,
worst
here
kind
we
of
go. I
spoilers.
just found it straight up. All right, this is crazy. You guys... All right, okay. All right. Early this week, HBO announced some filming locations for the next season. Built on top of a rocky outcrop on a hillside in the Castillo de Zafra in Guadalajara, Spain.
That sounds.
It looks remarkably like what the Tower of Joy in Westeros is supposed to look like. All right. For those who
Cliffs
aren't
on
quite
Tower
as
of
clued up,
Joy.
the Tower of Joy is where Ned Stark found his sister, Lyanna, lying in a pool of blood and made her one last promise before she died. The theory goes... Shut the fuck up.
Oh.
The theory goes that the pool of blood was not because of stab wounds,
Spoiler.
which was the story,
Birth.
but in fact it was down to childbirth, and the child in question was fathered by Prince Rhaegar Targaryen. Now, Ned Stark, being the honourable man he
Wait,
is...
who's Rhaegar Targaryen?
He was one of the Targaryen kings. He was a dragon blood.
The Dragon Blood.
Yeah.
The drag.
He was the Mad King's brother. He's the guy that... you know the...
Oh,
The
Red
King's Hand, you know the knight that goes to Daenerys? He's the guy that he tells stories about, like singing through the street and donating money.
The important thing is though,
I'm not done.
he's
Now
anointed
Ned
throne.
Stark being the honourable man... Oh yeah, sorry. He
Yeah.
had a legit thing to say.
Ah,
I thought
legit,
you
you dick.
Being the honourable man Ned Stark was, he promised his sister he would raise the Targaryen baby and tell everyone it was his own bastard son in order to protect the baby from King Robert Baratheon and his bloodlust for anyone and everything Targaryen. So the baby was Jon Snow, and he is half Targaryen,
And massive Game
half
of Thrones.
Snow, and is literally the Song of Ice and Fire.
How
Because
is he the
he's
song?
Jon Snow, because he lived in the north, and Fire as in Targaryen.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
they're the dragon blood.
And it's just absolutely perfect. Have you watched season 5?
Yeah.
When have you seen this final episode?
Yeah.
When Jon Snow dies, it's absolutely perfect that he dies at the right time because the Red Queen is there. She got a signal to go up to the wall, and she always follows her gut, right? So she goes up to the wall. Stannis dies, right?
Bitch.
Stannis dies. I haven't watched it. I just know that sort of story.
Yeah, haven't
Stannis-
you watched it yet?
No, I've just watched spoilers for it. Anyway, Stannis dies.
The fuck?
Stannis dies. So then she realizes that he wasn't the Lord of the Light, and she's at the wall, so it's perfect timing. Jon Snow, he made an oath to the wall that he would hold no crown, marry no woman, whatever, until he died. Well, guess what?
shit.
what? Jon Snow fucking died!
Oh, dude.
That's the thing, hey?
But
Yeah.
have you seen the video of the producer? And he's like, so, is Jon Snow dead? And he's like, yeah, he's dead. And everyone's like, oh, he must be dead. The producer's saying he's dead.
Well,
he's
he
dead.
is dead. I mean, he's dead.
They asked if he's coming back. Like, did he die? Is he coming
okay.
back?
And they said he's not coming back in season 6. Wasn't that it?
Yeah.
He's definitely
Oh,
coming
so
back in
season
season.
seven.
He's definitely
what I
coming
want
back.
season
in
6 to be is
Well,
basically
there's
a
a dark horse theory that I think holds some credence. That it
gonna
may
need to
be
put,
Sir
like,
Davos.
That would
Let
be
me pull this up.
awesome.
I'm
dude.
gonna need
Because
like
they-
an annotation that goes skip Game of Thrones spoilers or something for all of our 3 listeners out there.
3. And
That's not
2
even
of
bad.
which are
Us.
you and I.
Ben, you need to subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be number 4. Okay.
I am number 4.
So now I'm going to go over some stuff about why it could be... I don't... Look, this is really wishful thinking that it may be Sir Davos.
Sorry.
What's this? What's this?
A Targaryen.
Can you send? I'll get that up on the
Wasn't
screen.
that
Send
in
us that link.
reference
Send us
to
that link.
Daenerys, though?
Yeah, but it as Jon Snow walks in.
Send us that link. Send us that link.
That's crazy.
I'll get up on the screen.
Okay, so this is some... Okay, I don't believe... Like, it could be Davos, and that would be amazing. I think if George R.R. Martin were writing it, it would be Davos. Like, it could... There's more chance of it being Davos.
Yeah.
But, like...
What's
Because
this in
it's gone the
relation
TV route. The Azor Ahai. The Knight Reborn that's destined to... It's said to be destined with Flamebringer, I think it's called, to kill the leader of the White Walkers. But I think if, like... Because the TV writers are taking it over now, I could see it going down a more, like... predictable route. I mean,
Yeah, dude. What?
everything in Game of Thrones, like the show so far anyway, you weren't able to see coming.
No
No.
way. You
But-
watch
but-
the whole
but listen
season
to
one,
this.
and you're like, if they kill Ned Stark, which I know they won't, but if they do, I'm fucking out of here. Then they kill him, and you're just like, what?
And
the fuck?
there's no exposition in the dialogue. Like, it's just great to watch. There's no exposition. Like, you need to be watching and thinking to work out where everyone is and what's going on. The characters don't spew out fake lines just to explain to the viewer what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's what was so good.
But then
You
as soon
have
as
to- you have to
the
work it out
TV
yourself.
writers took over, Stannis just changes, flips the script and does... I mean, he was meant to be the best military commander in all of Westeros, and he just,
And how fucking
the
predictable
picture.
was that? Oh, look, they've killed all his soldiers.
Yeah.
Now he's going to go take the town. That's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
It's like you knew he was never going to be able to do it after that happens.
Yeah. But anyway, with Sir Davos, when the Reds, this is a part of the prophecy. When the Red Star bleeds and the darkness gathers, Azor Ahai shall be born amid smoke and salt. Davos himself was quite literally born again out of smoke and salt on the Blackwater, washed up rock where he resolves to live. Davos himself references many times why the gods chose to let his sons die but him to live. Davos assumes it is because he must still have some task, which he assumes is to help Stannis. His rebirth is also timed perfectly with the Red Comet. Stannis never had any rebirth and thus could have never been born again in salt and smoke.
Yeah. Dude, and Sir Davos is the perfect guy.
Which one's Sir Davos again? Is he the nice guy?
Yeah, he's the Stannis' nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, how heartbreaking is when he's talking to Stannis' daughter and he gives her the wooden horse that he made, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I'll see you again." Dude, I hate that fire lady.
She's the only one. What was I going to say? What's my argument for her? She's so for Westeros, though.
She is. She's
Who?
a globalist
She,
in the world of
The
Game
Lord
of
of
Thrones.
Lies.
They're fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's not the Lord
Oh,
of Lies.
no,
She
yeah.
worships. What's with the ghost they made to kill Stannis' brother? And it's not even like they'd happened, and then they just ignore it and move on. You know how she gives birth to a ghost?
Yeah, that was...
yeah, everyone blamed Brienne of Tar, though.
Yeah, and everyone blames Brienne of Tarth. But like, she gives birth to a fucking ghost. It kills like one of the main characters, and then they just ignore it. Like, we haven't seen it since. It happened in like season 3.
Maybe it's like a
Well,
one-trick pony thing.
What was the sacrifice?
Oh.
Was there a sacrifice? For
Sacrifice.
the ghost to be... I mean, it didn't just come about. She can't just pop them out. As many as she wants.
There was
all
no
the time.
sacrifice.
I'm sure there was.
No,
Didn't they have sex?
Yeah, they had sex. And then she just gives birth to this fucking black mist.
Yeah.
It looks
yeah,
like
I think it
Stannis.
must have been just like a one-shot.
Why?
I don't know.
Why would they do that? They just ignored it. They're like, yeah, alright, that's done. They just needed a quick out. It's like they needed a way to kill this character.
Yeah.
But without getting other characters involved.
How are you going to feel if Jon Snow is Azor Ahai? I don't even know if I'm
Dude, I
pronouncing
really like Jon
But-
Snow.
I really like Jon Snow as well.
The strength has been the lack of predictability, and I think this is a massive predictable element.
Well,
in my opinion,
Look-
it is very predictable because everyone's talking about it, though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think they should change it just because everyone knows it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think they should stay true to the story.
So
Yeah.
is George R. R. Martin still writing it, even though the TV series is going
He'd
straight?
definitely have some input, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
For sure. They couldn't just be like,
Apparently
oh,
they're
okay,
working
see you,
really
George.
well.
Thanks for the last 5 seasons,
Yeah,
mate.
thanks for making us famous.
We'll just take the
Alright.
reins from here, mate. Catch
Hey,
you.
you
We'll,
retired,
we'll send
buddy.
you a couple mil every episode. And, yeah.
Jon chose his duty to the Night's Watch over his love for Ygritte, which was the wildling woman. Because it said in the prophecy that Lightbringer needs to be forged like it's like 10 days and 10 nights. Azor Ahai stays up forging it, and then he goes to cast it and it breaks. Then again, he sacrifices like an animal, I think. I could be completely wrong on that. And after 30 days and 30 nights of work, he goes to forge it and it breaks. And then he then realizes that he must sacrifice his one true love and wife in the making of Lightbringer the Sword, which is the only one that can defeat the
Dude.
White Walkers. And it says here that he's done that by choosing his duty to the Night's Watch over Ygritte. He indirectly caused her death by warning Castle Black of the incoming wildling raid. Similar to Azor Ahai sacrificing Nissa to complete Lightbringer.
How-
Dude, the Lightbringer's already in the TV series. It's Stannis' sword. Stannis is not dead. He sacrificed... You know how he has to have sacrifices for the sword? Dude, we've seen this.
He
Listen to this.
sacrificed his wife?
You know, his daughter and his wife. They're both dead now. That's his sacrifices. And he already has Lightbringer. In the Song of Ice and Fire novels, Lightbringer is a sword of legend forged and wielded by Azor Ahai.
But maybe he just did that to try and forcefully fulfill the prophecy.
No. Lightbringer is the sword of Stannis Baratheon at the behest of Melisandre, the Fire Lady. He pulls it out of the fire created by burning statues of the Seven. According to prophecy, Lightbringer will be pulled from fire by the Lord's chosen.
Yeah, but they did that as a ritual. They didn't do that. That didn't happen by accident. They forcefully did that.
Yeah, but they dub it the Lightbringer.
But
just because they dubbed it the Lightbringer doesn't
So
mean
you don't
it is
reckon
the
it's
Lightbringer.
Lightbringer?
Yeah.
Because all of the Stannis' things seem very forced, like he's forcing himself to be the... Because Jon Snow's thing happened accidentally.
Yeah, I agree.
Whereas Stannis is like, I'm going to be the Lightbringer, let's light some
Stannis
statues
may not
on
be
fire.
dead. He died off. He died
I hope
off
he's dead.
camera.
He
Guys, he died off camera.
Yeah, you know what their excuse was for it?
What?
What did they say?
Too much gore?
It was basically too much gore.
Oh, sorry, when you beheaded a fucking horse.
Yeah.
Jon Snow Ned Stark in season 1 was beheaded.
Yeah, and you can see the frames that his head's coming off.
They
behead a
third
fucking
scene
horse.
Of the first episode ever. You see the guy's blunted neck stump from where Ned beheads him.
Next stuff.
Please. Like,
Next stuff.
The scene when Theon Greyjoy is trying to chop off that dude's head and he's just hacking at it.
Oh, dude. Alright, I'll find the word they actually used. It wasn't actually gruesome, but it was... Where is it? Yeah, I want him to be alive, but then again, I want him to be dead.
I want him to...
Stannis.
Yeah. Because...
I don't like Melisandre. That's her name.
Dude, she is so... He's so whipped. And she just takes advantage. All right.
His wife was so beautiful and neglected, and his daughter.
His daughter's... Dude, I really thought... And how gay! They have ruined Arya's story. She's blind now.
That was crazy.
I feel, like, the old Game of Thrones, you'd watch it, and it'd be like, whoa, and you'd finally understand it. But it's like you're watching this one now, and shit is happening, and it has no explanation.
Well, it hasn't been explained yet, because they'll probably come in season 6.
Hopefully.
What about the
Definitely.
the faceless man just dying in front of her? That was second last episode.
No, he's alive. He took the body of
changes.
another dude, and then he comes back, remember? And makes her
It's
blind.
becoming so mystical.
Yeah,
magical.
and apparently the books
Like-
are
Yeah, the books
full of
are.
magic.
Compare season... Okay, look at what we cop now in season 5 compared to the end of season 2 with Daenerys walking into the flames. She did that, and I was like, what the fuck? What is this magic? And now it's just
People
a zombie
face change
night.
and shit.
Yeah, Arya going blind.
Blood
Why?
sacrifices.
I thought she was going to be this savage,
She still could be.
Blind.
Just because she's blind.
Dude, how gruesome was the scene where she kills the dude from
the Knights.
King's Landing. The dude from King's Landing who's there to guard the bank guy. I don't know. Listen to these.
Yeah, that's the Knights of the King's Hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the King's Hand. And he likes kids, and Arya sees, so she pretends to go in there and just stabs his face. Oh, that's why she's blind.
Yeah, because he stabbed his face.
Wait, why?
Because she stabbed his eyes out.
And because she
wasn't meant to kill him.
I love this.
Yeah, because... Yeah.
So I love the crazy neutralness of the faceless man. They're not fighting for good or evil, and they're kind of ruthless as well in the way, it's just pure neutrality. Don't you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's not just black and white, good and evil. They're just there.
I find it's a bit too confusing for me to be interested, though.
Yeah, this is
90% of the time, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
that's me talking about Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Dude, that's the whole podcast. Can that be our intro? Can we get a DJ to remix that?
Hey guys, welcome to the podcast.
90% of the time, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
I love the real patriotic music in the background. Alright, Ben, I think you know what time it is.
I can't do it.
It's so radio.
Hello?
It is
Phone
so
rodeo.
Or Family Guy.
Rodeo. On the phone. Rodeo. Phone rodeo. All right, welcome to the segment. This is the segment where we get our guests to call someone in their contacts list, and they put on caller ID.
They
Ring
block.
that person up and see how long they can keep on the line before they realise it's them or they hang up. Ben, who you got on the line? Your caller ID turned on?
Yes, I do. I definitely do.
So you're gonna have to turn that off.
Look, guys.
Let's do it. Do you want like 30
We're
seconds?
waiting.
Do you want 30 seconds to prepare? We'll do the weather. We'll do the weather mock.
Again.
We'll do the
Yeah,
let's
we're
ring
thinking
the-
about just doing it nose every week.
Yeah, do it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Do it. Ring nose.
Yeah, ring nose.
We'll do the weather while you get your phone set up. So today in Rockhampton, we're looking at lows of 12 degrees, looking at highs of 18. So keep your jumper on while you're going out in Rockhampton. That's Ipswich or Rockhampton, I can't remember.
Okay.
Down in Caboolture, we've got a strong westerly breeze coming at 20 kilometres an hour. Watch out for that one on the road. What are we looking at? Burpengary, we've got 12 degrees minimum, 15 degrees
We should
high.
actually do the weather for real.
Yeah, we should do it.
How's
Get
this?
bomb up.
Okay, we ring nose.
Okay.
And say we're from Fisheries, Queensland.
No, we have
And
nothing to
Well,
do with
this
this.
is your idea,
Wow,
man.
yeah,
okay,
come on,
We're just
come
careful
on.
observers.
Yeah, whoa.
Okay.
Cheater.
Alright.
Surprise us,
I'm
man.
still preparing.
All right.
Oh,
And,
my caller, show my caller ID. It's off. I'm sketchy already. That's
Why'd you call that idea off?
I don't know, dude.
because
All right. Were you guys
Alright.
going to jump in, or is this all
No,
on me?
no,
This
it's
is
all
all
on
on
you.
you. I'm just
Check your
timing.
speakerphone. Check your phone up right next to this, right next to the mic,
Okay.
and pick your start.
What was the record?
19 seconds.
19 seconds is
Put-
what you have to be.
Put up against the mic. Put up against the mic when you ring. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like I should get some heartbeat music on or something while the phone's ringing. Just wait. Let me get this going. Heartbeat. All right.
We can keep a beat. That was good.
All right. Here we go. Human heart.
What? Dude, this is going to be a legit heartbeat.
It's probably going to be like...
Love dub.
All right.
that's
Stuck on. Ready?
Start calling. He's probably at work, guys.
Go.
He was with
Go.
work last time. Here.
You calling him?
Fuck.
Put it up high. Put it up high.
I'm so nervous.
Hello?
Hello, this is Scott Johnson from Queensland Fisheries. Is this Joshua Gale? Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Is this Joshua Gale?
Yep.
This is Scott Johnson from Queensland Fisheries. How you going today, mate?
It sounds like, Sam.
Sam.
Treasure.
I'm not quite sure of who that is, but I'm just ringing in regards to your to fishing activity that was reported by your boat around 2.5 months ago in at Burpengary Creek. It was reported that you were seen moored up and fishing in a green zone. Is this true?
In a what zone?
In a green zone.
There's no green zones in Burpengary Creek, so...
There's been
He's got him on technicality.
He called the blow. Josh, it's Ben Schumacher. I'm here with Luke Schumacher and Dan Cabrera. We're currently doing the phone rodeo.
That was a crazy.
What's going on? Were you working, dude? Well, sorry if we interrupted you.
Yeah.
But you did well. That was
Yeah.
Well done.
You've done
50,
well. All right,
53
thank you.
seconds.
We'll let
Thanks.
you get back to your
I
job.
knew
all right?
it was one of you.
I thought you get my voice for sure. All right, dude.
Thanks, News.
Thank you.
We have a new record,
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen. Well done.
53 seconds. It was
53
even more than that
seconds.
because it was. Let's go a minute. It was around 7.
No,
No,
because-
well, do you
because
want
he
the call time? He
Oh,
picked
yeah.
up after like 10 seconds, and the call went for
No, because we started late. We started the timing late.
So,
1 minute.
we'll just go 60
It was like a
seconds.
minute 30 or something.
Listen to this
This
guy.
guy.
Trying to climb to the
No,
top.
yeah.
Yeah, all right, buddy.
Top the
Well
ladder.
done.
Let's just go 60 seconds.
I'm still in second place with 19 seconds there. Holding strong.
Dude, I'll go 5 minutes. Next time.
No.
Yeah, I will.
I don't
No one
reckon.
knows. We need one of those things you can talk through and it changes your voice. So we can... Because No's recognised your voice. He thought it was Sam.
Yeah.
I would probably say he didn't recognise my voice.
And he thought it was Sam.
Well, yeah, that's true. Don't worry.
Could you
Well,
imagine
did
if it
you
was
listen to me? This is Scott. Who did I say? Scott Johnson?
Yeah, that was
Queen
good.
Johnson.
Johnson? That was
Fisheries?
good. You did good.
Yeah, wow.
Your plan was a lot better than mine.
Yeah, the happiness company.
I was-
It is so shit.
I spaghettied hard. Go check out my spaghetti at the first phone radio.
I should have used like a fishing related pun name. Like Rod Bass. Or like Rod.
Dude, if only you said the mouth of Beachman or some shit. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know where these green zones are.
If you had
called
said
him out.
that, you didn't even have to say a location.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to legitimize it. Yeah.
He freaked out for the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
time.
Dude, it was like, oh, it's so
It's like,
green.
for like 10 seconds.
And I had to ask him again.
Yeah, it was so... he just didn't say a thing.
That was fantastic. I'm glad we did that. I do feel a little bad. But
What?
I don't know.
We
he got
wasted,
scared.
we wasted 1 minute of his life. That's 1 minute he's definitely going to get back.
I guess so.
That was good, bud. This
that
is
was
a good
good.
segment.
That was a
We
good
should
segment.
keep this.
We should
We should
definitely
definitely
keep
Yeah,
this
I
segment.
like it. I like it.
Do you keep calling
So what do you
no's,
say we
or-
wrap it up or
Yeah. We're at 15
Alright,
minutes
Ben,
now.
choose the outro song.
outro song?
Anyway, thanks for listening to the podcast. We'll be doing this infrequently over bi-yearly, depending on how we're feeling.
Yep.
Thank you for subscribing to our 3 subscribers, me, Luke, and my older sister. Any comments on the videos, we'll read them out.
Video outro? Is that appropriate?
Yeah.
Video
Yeah, we
outro?
can do a video
booty,
outro.
booty clapposaurus.
Fuck.
Booty clap. Is that clap? Is that
Clap-
spelled phonetically?
CLAPASAURUS.
What? There we go.
And go the fan dedication video.
I'll get this up on the screen.
I feel like this deserves more views than what it has.
all of our
Hopefully the viewership gets it out there. Like, we do a bit of promo for the guy who made this and the talented DJ who created the song, the title.
all of our me, Luke, and my older sister will probably look this up when we in our own time.
Add 3 views. Like, I think we should commentate the video, or at least half of it on the way out.
Alright, so we got that's Godzilla.
That's a dinosaur. It's a
That's a
stegosaurus.
So these are outtakes from, I think, an old dinosaur movie. It's probably Japanese.
Brontosaurus. Alright. Okay.
This was the pinnacle of movie theatre, theatrical releases
Technology.
at one point. Probably in the 80s.
That's holy fuck!
I feel as if our earlier generations were more easily entertaining.
So many frames
That's definitely
per second.
Godzilla, hey.
Yeah, no, that's Godzilla.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Yeah. no,
Also,
that is.
if you want to sue us,
That is like a human-sized
Have
dinosaur. Look at it.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready to trap out?
I'm ready.
Are we ready?
Fuck! What the What? Oh, that feels sick, dude.
Oh my god.
Like dinosaur reactions.
Ben. What am I watching? What am I watching?
This is art.
Very well made.
This is like.
What the fuck? What the
What
fuck?
is twerking, by the way? Like, if there was any doubt, that we were just like highly sexual animals with
Yeah,
voices,
see, we're just...
it's been erased
primal
by
as
this.
fuck. Oh my god.
Oh my god!
What the Can we give a shout out to the channel?
Yeah, and the artist. It's Buku. I don't know if he's Japanese.
I think the channel needs a shout out.
All trap music.
And shout out to the
All
Millions
trans-
workers.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's
Oh, look at that blood. What the fuck is that? Oh, wow.
Anyway,
Alright.
that's great.
on that note, Episode 3. Ben.
Well, thank you for having me, guys. I had a good time.
That's all right. Thanks for being on the podcast.
Am I allowed to promote some of my...
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Do you have your Instagram or Facebook? Shout out,
yeah,
or?
Instagram at Ben Chewbacca. I don't really use it. I haven't even... look, I've had this iPhone 6 Plus. Don't buy
brag.
one.
Brag.
Doesn't fit in many of my pockets, and it's almost
Any of
unusable.
my pockets. There are some
let me
pockets,
add,
however,
let me add.
that it does fit it.
A big advertising point of the iPhone 4 was the fact that your thumb circumference was like
could
cover the
touch.
whole screen, and this is like it gets like 2/3 max. But
They've just gotten rid of that feature.
I haven't even like enabled the camera to access my photos on Instagram, so that's how often I use my Instagram. I got this phone like 4 months ago, so
Dude,
follow
come
me
on.
if you like. I've
Dude.
noticed my followers are slowly declining because I'm not posting anything, but that's okay.
Hey,
Hey, we're here, brother.
at 3 subscribers will give you a follow.
That's a lot. That'll
I'm already
that'll give me the
following,
bump up
sorry.
I need.
All right, any sponsors? Any sponsors you want to...
Just
Yeah,
Sportsbet
sponsored by,
365.
Waterhouse.
Some Waterhouse. Bet all your money and pretend like you're winning.com.
And
Shout out to HBO. Tune in to Game of Thrones new season 6 coming out in approximately 12 months.
look,
Thank you.
if any of you guys feel free to swing us some royalties for this promo work we've done.
If any facts that we've said in this video, feel free to call them out.
Yeah.
Comment on the video. Tell us why you hate our voices and why this is a terrible podcast.
Maybe even give us like...
Give us a
Clearly,
dislike.
the Booty Clappersaurus fan video was the most interesting thing on the podcast, so feel free to comment your thoughts on that.
Yeah, look, we'll take anything.
Best,
we're really picking up the scraps here.
Yeah,
so-
just like the video, comment
You
why you
can
hate
start
us, and
somewhere,
we'll read the comments on the next video.
Yeah, awesome.
All right, thank you,
All right,
everybody.
keep it true.